What's up, everyone? Today we'll be talking about the semifinal and final of the 2018 World Cup. We will be revealing our raffle winner for World Cup Part 2, and we'll also talk about how you can enter and win our last World Cup raffle. Coming at you next. Alright guys, we're back with the Old Gory Red Report. Kasey J, Marc Anthony, we're back with you. World Cup Part 3. So we're finally here. We'll talk about the games that just went on, the round of 16 and quarterfinals. We'll talk about the upcoming semifinal matchups and the final, of course. We'll give you our predictions. We'll talk about our next raffle. Before we get to that, though, we will do the reveal for World Cup Part 2 raffle winner. So let's jump into it. I think we got 3 out of our 4 picks correct for the semifinals. I think we both picked Brazil, France, Croatia, and our last team was England. Yes. So we got Brazil wrong. Let's start there. They lost to Belgium. You really liked Belgium. You didn't pick Belgium. I know you're regretting it.
I am. I should have stuck with the guys. I should have stuck with the guys. I should have.
What'd you think of that game? I mean, that was I think it was like the most attractive game coming in, and I think it lived up to the hype. So what was your take?
You know, it was a thrilling game for me. I did want to see Belgium win. I've kind of talked about them this whole time in these videos on how I think they're a team that can go all the way and they can win this tournament. I did think Brazil was going to be a very hard challenge for them. That's why I did not go with them. Brazil was a good team with some good players. They just didn't perform very well against Belgium. I think some of their key players just didn't have good games, and I think Belgium stepped up and some of their key players did have a good game, and that's ultimately won that. I was never happier to be wrong to see Brazil out of the World Cup, though. Sorry, Brazilians. Glad to see you out.
Yeah, and Brazil, they had a great chance. I think they were the odds-on favorite of winning. I definitely thought they were going to win, at least get by Belgium. Not that Belgium isn't talented, because they're a super talented team. I just question their coaching. I even think that their coaching almost cost them the game against Brazil. I don't think that they made adjustments after halftime quick enough. Brazil was very unlucky at certain points in that game, but hey, Belgium had 2 goals. When you usually score 2 goals, you win. I'm happy to see a new team, especially Belgium and their golden generation, move on. But Brazil's out now. Neymar can just roll all the way back to Brazil. And the other side. I mean, France. They beat Uruguay. I think it was pretty comfortable for the French.
It was
another team super talented that I think we both kind of. We're not sure how their coaching would kind of come into play, but they proved once again that the most talented team won the game. France and Belgium, that's a really fun matchup. A lot of young talent on the field, a lot of EPL stars, a lot of top players in top leagues. What's your take going in between France and Belgium? What do you see? How do you see the game going, and who do you think comes out victorious?
It's going to be a very open game. It's 2 teams that like to attack. It's 2 teams that are young, have a lot of pace. It's 2 teams with a lot of energy. I think it's going to be a very open game. I think it's going to be a pretty good high-scoring game. I think both teams are going to have chances. I'm going to stick with Belgium this time. I'm not going to waver this time. I think Belgium just has more overall team effort together. I think they flow as a team better. France, to me, still looks like a few key individual players out there trying to make things happen on their own. And for me, that's going to be France's biggest problem. This is where they're going to end, in my opinion. I think Belgium will get the win here.
All right. Yeah, it should be a great game. Belgium, you could definitely see them winning this game. I actually think France will move on. I'm taking the French. I had originally Brazil and France in the semifinal, so I'll go with who I expected to be there, since France has, I think, gotten better as the tournament has gone on. They've actually might be the team that's remaining that's looked the most complete through their matchups. Not that they've been perfect in every game, but they've won the last couple of games pretty comfortably.
They have. That is very true.
Yeah, and I think they're rolling really well right now. I see a very free-flowing type game. I think if I had to predict the score, I would say it's going to be 2-2 in regulation, and then France winning in extra time, 3-2. I think if we saw a 3-2 game, that'd be worth the price of admission.
It should be a good game either way, honestly. Two good teams.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited for that game. And again, these games are on Tuesday and Wednesday this week, so be on the lookout for that. And then we have on the other side, Croatia and England. Croatia, we both saw that these two teams would get there. We didn't expect Croatia to have to play Russia. We thought maybe Spain would be the team.
I did think Spain would be there, not Russia.
But Russia and their head-scratching performances in terms of how fit they've been, which leads some conspiracy theorists out there to say that they may have used some enhancement in that regard.
There has been past quandaries about Russia's issues, but yeah.
I am happy to see Russia leave because I too question the methods at which they got this far. But regardless, they end up losing to Croatia. They almost win another game in penalties. Croatia, they haven't looked too hot, I don't think. I expected them to kind of take this knockout stage kind of by the neck, and they've been really shaky. Not as a dominant performance as I expected. And then on the other hand, England, they got by Colombia. It was sketchy late, but they got by that game, and then they handled Sweden very easily. Which I kind of thought would be the case. So England, Croatia, I have England winning. I'm going to say 2-0. England wins against Croatia. Harry Kane with 2 goals. What do you think?
I agree. I thought Croatia would be doing a little bit better in these, having to get by with 2 penalty shootouts, which hasn't been done in quite some time, so congratulations to that. But you never want to have to advance in this competition twice off penalties. It doesn't bring a good mentality going into this next game, and quite honestly, they have looked shaky in those last couple of games. Like, they barely got through Russia, and Russia's a team that they should have beat. A lot of other teams should have beat Russia, so yeah, I don't think Croatia makes this. I also agree. I think England's going to go through. I think it's going to be Belgium and England in the final. On this one, I think, it's going to be a good game. I think Croatia's going to defend quite heavily and hope to take this to the full time and just nick one off. I think it'll be like a 1-0 for England, but England will go through for me. On the France and Belgium game, I think that's going to be more of a high-scoring game. I think Belgium will go through 3-2 in regular time.
Okay. Yeah, no, absolutely. And Croatia, too, they won their last 2 games in penalties, and I don't think they were relatively that impressive in their penalties. And I know, Modric was real close to missing another penalty in this tournament. So I think that if the game does go to penalties, as crazy as it sounds, I think England would have the advantage because Croatia, it gives the English keeper and them to see Croatia in 2 penalty kick situations before to kind of get a better idea of maybe how players will react, where they'll shoot, etc. So, I have England. We both have England. I have France. You have Belgium. We'd love to hear your thoughts on who's going to win the semifinal game. We'll jump into the finals. Before that, I think it's time to do the raffle, though, for our Part 2 winner. And again, this is for that $25 Visa gift card. We appreciate you guys commenting, sharing. We will also have another raffle later on in this video. We'll tell you how you can enter and how you can win. But right now, let's go ahead and do it.
Get us a name.
All right.
And drum roll, please.
All right, we have Brandon Ochoa. Not sure if that's your real name or your alias, but I'll be contacting you to receive your prize. And if you know us, you can contact us as well. So congratulations, Brandon. $25 Visa gift card coming your way. And again, thanks for participating.
Congrats.
So moving on, we're heading to the final. This is it, Kasey. I think you're going to take Belgium because you wanted to take Belgium. You talked yourself out of it before. Belgium, England. Who do you got?
Absolutely. Going with Belgium. I just think they're a better team than England. I know that a lot of England fans, and I'm a Premier League fan, so I'm sure I'm going to hurt a lot of feelings for people that are fans of that league, but this England team's made it farther than I thought they would. I think that they got lucky to win the penalty shootout in the round before, and they haven't played some of the best competition in this tournament. They've kind of had an easy path compared to some other teams that made it through this competition. So I think Belgium's going to win it. I just don't think England's the team that they're looking like they are right this minute. They're heavily relying on a couple players to do a lot for them. I think Belgium will get it. I think it's going to be a tight final, though, 2-1 for me.
Yeah, and if Belgium was to come out of this as the winner, no one would say they didn't earn it. I mean, they'd have to go through Brazil, France, and either England or Croatia. That's some tough competition right there. So, Belgium, like you mentioned, they have the talent. And what's crazy is that if it is a Belgium-England final, that's a lot of English Premier League players.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of EPL talent on one field. I mean, you got Courtois, Vertonghen, Lukaku, Hazard, De Bruyne. Like, there's more, but you have a ton of great English players or great Belgian players playing in England. So a lot of familiarity between the players, for me, since I have Belgium losing, I have France, England in the final. My gut says that it's coming home, baby. It's coming home. This is England's tournament.
Oh, no.
This is England's tournament to win. I thought that Brazil and England would meet in the final originally, with Brazil winning, because I don't like the matchup for England. But England, either against Belgium or France, I'm going with them. I'm going with the English. Harry Kane will do it. He's going to just take it and run with it, something that he's been unable to do for Tottenham. So,
and I think he's going to be unable to do it again, but I have no faith in Harry Kane. I don't think he's the player that people think he is either.
Oh man, it's coming home. Let's just admit it.
I'm going to be on the opposite. I think we've kind of agreed on this all the way up for most of the part. There hasn't been too many variations in our choices, but I think here we really are standing apart because either way, France or Belgium beats England in the final. England does not win this World Cup, in my opinion. Now, again, there might be some England fans out there that aren't going to be happy with that, but I just think they're luckier to be here than they shouldn't even have made it this far. In most people's opinions, they've had a real easy path.
Oh man,
I'm going on the other side. France and Belgium.
No, the English are. This is not your father's English side. So we'll see. But
it's the beauty of the cup, right? Anyone can win it, and I mean they have made it this far, so they'll take that mentality and they'll think they can win this. They'll go into this game thinking we can actually get a World Cup.
Yeah.
So, hey, good luck to them,
I think it'll be a good final, though, regardless. We're kind of dismissing Croatia. I don't see them. They're the most unlikely team, I think, that will win it all. I mean, I don't see them winning 2 games. Maybe they get by England, but I don't see them winning 2 more games against that quality of competition.
Yeah, I think England would be very disappointed if they lost to Croatia in the semifinal.
Yeah. There's something about these English players and Gareth Southgate and his ability to go with a lot of newer, younger players, and there's a lot of English players that really fit well into this style of play, this 3-back, 4 or 5-man midfield with the 2 forwards, Sterling and Kane. But either way, I think it'll be an exciting final. England is a offensive team. They attack. They're very attack-minded. So is Belgium. So is France. So, I'm going with England on that. We'll see what happens, but it should be fun. Yeah. I don't know if I predicted a score for
I don't think you did England for the final,
Yeah, but I'll say, you can never go wrong with the 2-1. I'm going with the 2-1.
2-1,
England 2-1.
I'm going with that exact score, but in the reverse. So,
So, we'd love to hear who you think will move on with the final 4 teams. Who do you think will progress from the semifinals? And who do you think will be the champion? Comment that below. Commenting that below will also enter you in our last raffle for the World Cup. We have other giveaways coming up with our other videos, but for our World Cup videos, this will be the final one. 2 ways to enter, of course. Commenting on this YouTube video and sharing this video on your Facebook will also get you another entry. So chance for 2, just like before. And just like before, you can either win a $25 Visa gift card, or you can win 2 tickets to select Republic games upcoming. There's about 4 matches where we have 2 free tickets to give away. So whatever game that fits best in your schedule, that can be arranged. So you can either win a $25 gift card or Republic tickets, whatever you prefer. I know some people don't live in the area, or maybe they don't have, they're not looking to go to a game or anything like that. So a $25 Visa gift card will be heading your way. Those are the two ways to enter. Again, let us know what you think. What are any last thoughts for you regarding the World Cup or the games upcoming?
We've talked about it. We had a Republic talk the other day. You can check that video out. It'll put a little card up here for it. Where we talked to Omar and William that came on and joined us on that. And this has been a really interesting World Cup. We kind of talked about it on that. We've seen some teams that we didn't expect to make it through. So I hope this continues to stay interesting. We've got some great games coming up. It's almost over. I hate to see that. But it's been a really good World Cup so far.
Yeah, and I think I mentioned before that every 20 years a new champion happens in the World Cup. So that would go on with your Belgium pick.
Yeah.
They have not won. Croatia has not won. So my prediction of France-England, is kind of I don't know.
No new history.
Yeah, I'm like the World Cup Part 3 Grinch over there. So how interesting would it be if France does win, but then they lose, and then they are the second place Euro team and the second place World Cup team? How devastating would that be?
That would be a little hurt. It would be a little hurt for France. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of pride that you can take in getting that far, and especially the Euro Cup is almost as good, if not as good, as the World Cup. I mean, you basically subtract one or two South American teams.
There might be some other countries that don't fully agree with that statement, but if you're from Europe, you probably do.
I mean, the Euro
Or
Cup
if your team that you support
good.
is from Europe, you probably do as well.
But yeah, I mean, it should be a good ending. We'll see what happens, but we'd love to hear your thoughts.
Put the comments below.
Yeah, and I guess we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah.